Good evening. I think we're live. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Dugout Football Channel for a pre-match show between Liverpool and Newcastle United, Carabao Cup, um, Carabao Cup for the final, and yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Let me just double check something because I'm doing a new streaming service tonight. So yeah, it's good to be back live. Hello, Niall Kane. Nice to see you in the chat, my friend. Hope you're well. As well, Stephen is also in. Come on, Liverpool, let's win on Sunday. Yeah, absolutely. We have to. But guys, welcome to the pre-match show. I know I've not done a live for a while, to say the very least, but it's good to be live and. Yeah, I'm hoping you guys will obviously enjoy this. And we'll talk about the PSG game as well. 'Cause we might as well. It has been a while. And we'll obviously talk about both seasons as well. So I think those are going to have to be discussed as well. But look. This is your show. Ask any questions in the chat, and I will get to them. I will get to them immediately. Um, Stephen is on hold. Come on, Liverpool, let's win on Sunday. Yep. Niall has asked thoughts on Lennon Miller and James Wilson being called up for Scotland. Delighted. I think they both deserve it. Although I know with obviously Niall, you being a Motherwell fan, I think it's very good. And I think when you look at Lennon Miller, what he's done this season, very good breakout season. And James Wilson, the same at Hearts. I think it's good to see. So hopefully they'll be involved next week against Greece. But um, good for experience. Good for experience, and obviously they'll get on. And there's plenty of opportunities, but for them. But look, I think it's good to see. I think it's very good to see that you look at that, and I think it is very good to see those two. Definitely, to say the best. And hello to Mr. Chris Welsh as well. Chris Welsh is in the building. Hello, mate. Hope you are well. Well, as the thumbnail and the title says, this is your pre-match build-up show to the Carabao Cup final. And yes, Newcastle United were back here in 2021 against Manchester United, lost by 2-0. So they'll be hoping for a much better result this time around. And Liverpool were here just last year against Chelsea, and we all remember that game, don't we? Liverpool had 12 players out injured. 12 players out injured for that game, and yeah, it's safe to say that I think when you look at that, it was very interesting. Very interesting to say the very least. And I think when we look at this game coming up on the weekend, both sides have got their injuries, and obviously suspensions as well. But no, this is going to be a very interesting game. I think you look at both teams sort of you look at both teams' journeys to the final. Haven't been quite easy, have they? Especially Newcastle. I think they've knocked out Chelsea. They've knocked out Arsenal as well. So look, this is going to be very interesting game, to say the very least. And what I think is also most interesting about this game as well is that obviously there is no Anthony Gordon for Newcastle. There's no Lewis Hall, so those are two big players to miss out. And Liverpool don't have Trent Alexander-Arnold as well. Obviously Anthony Gordon is also suspended. Lewis Hall is injured. Still wondering about Isak. We're still wondering about his obviously fitness as well. But look, I think you've got to say this final is going to be very interesting game, to say the very least. And yeah, I've got to say, Liverpool women have apparently just spanked Manchester United as well. So well done, the ladies. Good start to the to the weekend as well. Hello, Jade. I've just seen your comment there. A long time. It has been a long time. Just watched Liverpool women spank Manchester United. Yes, 3-1. 3-1 was that? I did see that they would won that game against Manchester United, and a good at Anfield as well. So yeah, very very good one, and hopefully that, as I said, that will kickstart for the weekend ahead. Because when we look at this final, Liverpool obviously looking to win their first cup under Arne Slot. Newcastle looking to win their first trophy since 1969. So that's what 66 years ago. So it's been a long, long time since they last won a cup. And look, they've had a very, very good journey to the final. As I said at the start of the show, they've beaten Chelsea, they've beaten Arsenal to come along this way. But you look at Liverpool, West Ham, Brighton, Tottenham, as well. So you know, two teams have came through a really, really good a good wee journey to get there. And I think when we look at this game, I think many, many people will be expecting Liverpool to win. And look, we turn up, we do our job. Simple as that. You know, if we don't turn up, then you know Newcastle have always got that chance. You know, they've got Isaac, they've got Bruno Guimaraes, they've got Tonali. I was obviously at the game against Newcastle a couple of weeks ago at Anfield, and obviously the big talking point in that game was obviously there's no Isaac. Now, Isaac is obviously going to be fit for this game, which I think is absolutely massive for Newcastle. And you look at Newcastle, they have obviously lost out on Anthony Gordon, who was suspended for what was a stupid red card against Brighton in the FA Cup. And also you look at this as well. You know, Lewis Hall is a massive blow because he did very very well against Salah. That's going to be an interesting battle, actually. Who's going to play on the left hand side for Newcastle? Is it going to be Tino Livramento? Is it going to be Kieran Trippier? Is maybe Dan Burn goes to left back? There's obviously big shout out to Dan Burn. Obviously getting his first call up for England as well, which I think is really really good to see. So look, you know, this is going to be a very very key battle. And we'll get more into the game because, as I did say, I do want to discuss PSG. I think if we're being honest, I think the best team over the two leg went through. I think we're a little bit fortunate to get through. The 1-0 win in Paris, it was a smash and grab. Let's be honest. I think as well, PSG look a real unit. I think they look a real good side. I think you know the pace of Barcola, Dembele. I thought Zaire Emery looked very very good when he came on as well. And look, it's going to be a lot. You know, they've got Villa next. That'll be a good game because Villa have got pace to counter, but you know PSG have as well. But something clicked for me that night. And Jade, I know you're in the chat. I know you're obviously I know you're a PSG fan as well. So obviously mixed loyalties for you, but obviously one of your teams had to go through, and obviously Liverpool did go out. But what I will say to that is they don't have their Galacticos anymore, like your Neymars, your Messis, Mbappe's. They look so much better as a team. And when I say that, when I say that, they look like a real unit there. Midfield looks great. Defensively, they look great. Still question marks over the goalkeeper. I know Donnarumma had a very good sort of penalty shootout. You obviously say from Darwin Núñez and Curtis Jones. I think midfield is very very good. You look at you look at that midfield, and you know Fabian Ruiz. It's a real good midfield, and obviously Zaire Emery, as I said, when came through as well. But look, I think on the balance of the two legs, I think we deserve to go out. Simple as that. And it's disappointing. It is disappointing, but I think when you look at that again, it's very, very. It wouldn't have been fair we went through. I think second leg we played better. We played better. There was a 20-minute spell in that second half where you would kind of look to that game, and I think we had a chance. We had our chances. I think losing Trent is a big blow, but Kwanzaa came on. He looked pretty good. I've got to say, and I think it's something to redeem himself. I think it's definitely something to redeem himself as well. So look, I think this is a very interesting matchup next time for PSG against Villa, and it's going to be about who can do the basics right, because I think PSG played very well in both legs against Liverpool and thoroughly deserved to win. So yeah, no complaints. As we say, penalties is a lottery, 50-50. Whoever goes through. It's always difficult to do that. So no, I think it's I think of both the two legs, PSG definitely deserve to go through, and obviously we've got the Carabao Cup now to look forward to on Sunday, and then it's all about trying to seal that 20th league title. And look, it's going to be very interesting to say the very least. Let's see what some of you are saying. So guys, get your thoughts in the chat. Also, please hit that like button if you are enjoying stream, and please do hit that subscribe button as well. I think I'm about 8 away from 3.1k, which I think is fantastic as well. So yeah, hopefully. But let's see what some of you are saying. I'm confident due to our record at Wembley in recent times, we'll be close final, but we will edge it. Means more for Newcastle. Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. Eddie Howe needs a trophy to reward the job he's done. Yeah, absolutely. I think so as well. I want to win everything as I'm greedy man, same as a Buffy. With all due respect to the others, I'm the king around here. But if we only end with the Premier League, still successful. Yeah, absolutely. I don't quite get this narrative of people saying that the Premier League only for Liverpool is a failure. And it feels like I was saying this earlier. It feels like almost that Liverpool are the only team that everyone seems to sort of say that challenges for a quad each season. It's never been like that. It has never ever been like that. Nobody's ever done a quadruple. It's one of those things that's probably never ever going to happen. Like the treble happened in obviously 1999 with Manchester United. We had a cup treble, if you want to say, FA Cup, League Cup, and obviously UEFA Cup back in obviously 2001. To do the quad's real tricky. You need a really good squad, and up until that point, I think we were looking very good. Top of the Champions League, which obviously doesn't mean anything now when you get PSG, which is very annoying. But look, I think this narrative about Liverpool have to try and get more than one trophy is absolutely ludicrous. If we, the creme de la creme is the Premier League trophy, and I hate people as well who come out with this narrative as well that it's like, oh, it's only their second title in 36 years. Well, it's our second title in 5 years if you really want to put it that way. I guarantee you, no one would have had Liverpool at the top of the league this season. I can guarantee you, nobody had them. Me, I had them probably second or third this season. To be brutally honest, I had them between second and third this season. And look, it was one of those things when you look at it. Nobody expected us to be in the position that we're in. 15 points clear ahead of Arsenal. Look, Arsenal Chelsea before the cup final. That's going to be very interesting. If Arsenal drop more points, then their chances get even more slimmer, and then Liverpool's chances to win the title as early as sort of mid-April would be fantastic. And obviously the games will go down lesser as well. So I think if any Liverpool fan had been asked the question, would you have had a cup final in a League Cup and to be top of the Premier League, I think everyone would have taken your hand off for that. You would have taken your hand off for that. So no, I think it's been a very very good season. And look, if it's one cup, if Newcastle beat us on Sunday, then obviously fair play to Newcastle. And then obviously it's about the Premier League. The Premier League has been the one for me that we need to get, because to go level on trophies for Manchester United for Premier League titles would be absolutely amazing. Yeah, you'll get the rival fans saying, "Oh, you've only got won two Premier Leagues, etc." But yeah, look, as I said, it's been a very good season for us, and we just need to finish off with a flourish. That's all I will say. Better team went through. We were lucky in the first leg. They were lucky in the second leg. Swings roundabouts. We just burnt out in extra time. Writing was on the wall during extra time. Yeah, I think PSG looked more stronger in that period of extra time than we did. To be honest, disappointed, but not that disappointed. I know we're definitely gonna win the league, which is what all us fans want us. Yeah, absolutely. Look, COVID happened, and unfortunately, we didn't get celebrated with fans, but this time we will. So, and obviously that parade as well is on the 26th of May. I want to say Monday the 26th of May, so it'll be the day after the Crystal Palace home game. So I imagine Liverpool will be quite busy. We'll be quite busy as well. Enrique, tactical masterclass showing why he's a Champions League winner with Barca. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely indeed. Emery loves dunking on his old teams. Pause, both are knockout managers. Yeah, absolutely. Going to be very, very interesting to say the very, very least. Chris Ross says League Cup is our competition in recent times. Yeah, it certainly is. Big up to Red Devil United, Rich. Hope you are well, Rich. Yeah, you'll be much more pleased with Manchester United's performance against Sociedad. I think that's the best they played all season. To be fair, I think it's probably the best they played under Amorim. If I'm being honest with you, as well. It's hilarious, isn't it? It's now failure if we only end up with the Premier League. Those were the same people saying we were failures for not winning the Premier League. Yeah, look, it's people will have their opinions, won't they? They'll have their opinions, but yeah, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. The media always puts us in conversations for quadruple, etc., and then blame us for not happening, saying you were going to win the quad. No, we weren't. No, absolutely not. As I said, it's completely one of those things when we look back and say we're the only team that seems to get targeted to try and win a quad. It never happens. It never happens. Big up, John Conway. Hope you're well, mate. Good to see you in the chat, my friend. Also saying we not had injuries when we had out. Exactly. We have had injuries. We've had our fair share of injuries. Allison, Trent, Kanati, Gomez, Sabazloy, Gakpo, Jota out injured. Might have missed a few more. To be honest, Chiesa you could add in there. Jones, I think, was injured for a wee bit. Look, I get people say that we haven't had much injuries as Arsenal have, or Tottenham, for example. But I think people just want to sort of put that as an excuse. Put that as an excuse, and it's not on for me. It's not on for me. I'm good, thank you, Douglas. How are you? I am very well, mate. I am very, very well. Good to be live with you guys. I've got to say, it has been a while, so it's good to be live. And yeah, I've gone old school tonight. I've gone for the Mane 2021 top as well. So yeah, definitely. Oops, daisy. Still getting used to this new software. Let's be real. It's cause we are top. If it's a team like Leicester, where, for example, nothing gets said. Yeah, big six on unbearable fans. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely indeed. And Rich saying hello to John, Conway, and Chris. Well, so yes. Let's get back to the final. Let's get back to the mattering hand. I thought Newcastle were poor at Anfield. I'll be honest. I thought they were. I thought they were very, very poor. Um, I thought they were very, very poor at Anfield when they played us a couple of weeks ago. Um, and I think we nullified their threat. I know they had chances with Callum Wilson. Callum Wilson had a couple which went past the post. I don't expect Callum Wilson to start on Sunday. I think it's safe to say that's going to be Alexander Isak up front as well. But then you look at Newcastle's sort of team, and I think Botman's out as well. That's another big one to say as well. Botman, I think he's done another knee injury, so he had surgery on his left knee. I think he's now done his right knee. That guy is so unfortunate with injuries, unfortunately. Um, and it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things to say the very, very least. Um, but I look at the Newcastle team, and it's a team that's been quite, I wouldn't say inconsistent, but they've ridden their luck a little bit. And when I say that, they, to be fair, they did have a good one last time at home, which was very, very good for them. But they have had some weird results. They have had some very, very weird results. But the fact that they're in their second final in 4 years is fantastic for Newcastle. They'd obviously talk about new stadium, etc., potentially happening for Newcastle. Look, St James's Park is fantastic, but is it big enough? And I think Newcastle fans will say to you that they probably do need a bigger stadium. I think it's the safest thing to say. Um, but having said that, I think they are having a good enough season. Look, if they don't win this game, then there's going to be disappointing. There's going to be disappointed Georgies up and down the country. But what I think you've got to say is that Eddie Howe has done a magnificent job in Newcastle. Because the way he's sort of came into that side, they were 17th when he took over. I think people forget this. They were 17th when they took over. I think they fell into the relegation zone, and then look at what happened. Obviously, he got them to fourth place, almost third in the 2022-2023 season. So Newcastle had their season in the Champions League and did very well from that. I understand where the rumours are coming from that potentially Eddie Howe may be let go. I I worry that he's probably not the manager to get them trophies. Just a bit like Arteta. I feel he's like, to get the bigger trophies. I think they may need a bigger name. Um, and look, Newcastle have got a very, very good attack. They've got a very good midfield. Defensively, I think we can get at them because I don't think they're the best. There's been criticism for Fabian Schär this season. Obviously Dan Burn has had his criticism, as well. Kieran Trippier has been in and out of the team as well. And obviously, you look at obviously Joe Linton, I think, is back as well. Tonali, Guimaraes, but I just look at that. To be fair, Anthony Gordon was nullified out in the league game. So whoever it is on that left hand side, will it be Harvey Barnes? Will it be Jacob Murphy? Who knows? Who knows? I think Jacob Murphy is probably on the right hand side. I'd probably say it's probably going to be Harvey Barnes on the left. Maybe they play Isaac there. maybe they play Alexander Isak at left wing, and then you play Callum Wilson up front. Those are big decisions for Eddie Howe and Jason Tyndall. It's going to be a very, very interesting team news when that comes out at 3:15 on Sunday. Because obviously, if people don't know, team news does come out 75 minutes before kickoff. Now, it used to be 60. So you'd obviously get your team news at 3:30, and then everyone get excited and then discuss about like who's starting, etc. But now it's 75 minutes, and I think that's been very, very key as well. I think this season is that you've got 75 minutes of 75 minutes of chat, and I think it's really, really good to see. I think it's really, really good to see. But look, I think Newcastle are a fantastic side. But would people be surprised if Eddie Howe's let go at the end of the season, because they've not really got their obligation? Obviously, that Champions League fifth spot is still up for grabs. Even top four is still up for grabs now. I think the fact that the Premier League has managed to get 5 Champions League places, is very, very good. So who knows? Who knows? Newcastle aren't far away from that top four. You've got teams like Bournemouth in there, you've got Brighton in there, you've got Fulham. There's that fourth spot is going to be very, very interesting. And can Forest stay there? That's the big, big question. So I think when Newcastle go looking back on their season, they will be disappointed with some of the games that they've lost as well. But I think if you asked Eddie Howe and any Geordie, I think you'd be very, very happy with the fact you're in another final, because they don't come around very often for Newcastle. And I watched them dispatch Arsenal in both legs, and I thought they were absolutely fantastic. And then you look at what we've done as well in our journey to the final. It's been very, very good. It's been very, very good, and I think you've got to say that this is going to be a very interesting game on Sunday, because the games this season between the two, we obviously had that 3-3 at St James's Park. Obviously, Liverpool won 2-0 at Anfield as well. So it's going to be a fascinating game, to say the very, very least. And I'm very much looking forward to obviously watching it on Sunday. But as I said, obviously there is supposed big weekend, because obviously you've got the F1, you've got the Old Firm Derby, you've got Arsenal Chelsea, and I know Rich is in the chat. Leicester Manchester United at 7 o'clock on a Sunday, which is bonkers. Whoever decided that as a kick-off time is ridiculous. So yeah, I think, look, this is going to be a very, very interesting game, to say the very least, and I'm excited. I am excited. But yeah, look, Newcastle, fantastic side. They've got a very good team. It's going to be a very good final. Going to be a very, very good final. But let's see what some of you are saying about obviously Newcastle's form as well, and obviously get your thoughts down in the comments. Arsenal's injuries are nonsense for me. Arsenal full strength team, we're still 9 points. Yeah, exactly. Rich, Newcastle have Botman out, Gordon out, Lewis Hall out. So those are 3 big names out, to say the very least. Still a bit of a question mark over Alexander Isak. I think he'll play, to be honest. I think he will play in this final. I would be very shocked if he didn't, to say the very least. We're lucky, apparently. Well, maybe them teams should win games, not drop points at some. Yeah, exactly. And everyone's saying it's been a weak Premier League. Give over. You're only saying that because Liverpool win it. Newcastle have a great starting 11, but not a good bench. I would agree with that. I think. They've obviously got Callum Wilson on that bench. They've got who's the guy from Sheffield United? Osula. I think they've got him obviously as well. Lewis Miley, Sean Longstaff, and then obviously you look at our bench. we've got some very good players to come off that bench as well. You will see drop offs when Newcastle have injuries to their key players in defence midfield. For yeah, absolutely. And I think as well, they were thumped 4-0 Manchester City as well, which I think many people kind of expected almost, Newcastle to go there and win at the Etihad, but I don't think they've won there since the early 2000s or something. So uh, Newcastle and Forest don't have European football as a distraction, so they got that advantage. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, indeed. Let me quickly take a drink of my water, and we'll move on to the Liverpool side of things because, yes, no Trent Alexander-Arnold. Yes, he injured himself against PSG. Hopefully, it's not too serious. He's out of the England squad. He's not going to be available for this game. So it's the turn of and Connor Bradley as well. He will not be in this game either. I believe Connor Bradley's not even been called up to the Northern Ireland squad either. So that just goes to show. That just goes to show as well. So that is very, 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 very good to say the very, very least. So I think when you look at that, it's going to be very, very interesting to say who's going to be right back. Will it be Jarell Konza, who came on and I thought was excellent against PSG? I think he dealt really well with Kvaratskhelia. Easy for me to say. But I thought he was really, really good when he came on. I thought he was, he almost scored as well. He obviously hit the post. I don't know how they gave offside. I don't know if Darwin Núñez was offside or anything like that. But Jarell Konza, from that player who started at Ipswich, obviously got subbed at half time. He's had to bide his time. And again, he's another one and has been called up to the England squad as well. So fair dues to Gerald Konza. Also, but I don't want to be in a position next season to be going into a season with Virgil van Dijk, obviously if he stays, of course, Ibrahim Kanate, Gerald Kwanzaa as the three only fit centre backs. We need to be buying a centre back in the summer. I think that's the safest thing to say. We definitely need to be buying a centre back. And look, Endo's been absolutely fantastic. Coming on for like the last 5-10 minutes to be, playing centre back as well in games as well. He's been very, very good. So it's going to be. I'll be honest. I do think that the team is going to be very, very intriguing. Also, Allison or Kelleher chat. Allison or Kelleher. So I've got to be honest. From obviously watching the games, obviously in the League Cup this year, Kelleher played against West Ham. Vitislav Jarosz played against. Brighton. Then it was Kelleher at Southampton. So, and then obviously, Kelleher played the first game against Spurs, and then Allison came in for the second leg of that game as well. So this is going to be very, very interesting to see the very, very least who starts in goal. Now, if it was me, I would probably be looking at Kelleher because he is a cup keeper. Last season, Kelleher started because I think, if my memory serves me correctly, I think Allison was injured. Yeah, obviously, people will remember, but I knew that Allison was out, Trent was out, Konate was out, Soboslai was out, Salah was out, Núñez was out, Thiago was out. So there again, like sort of lies in the problem. We didn't have we didn't have many players available for the last year's final, but this time we do. So I think, if I'm being honest, I think Kelleher starts this final. I would not be surprised if he does. If Allison does start the final, then fair dues to him again. But Kelleher's not let us down at Wembley, and I fully expect him to start this game. I think Kelleher starts this game. To be honest, um, I could also I could also potentially see, as I said, Allison potentially start as well. But yeah, chat, Allison or Kelleher, let me know, because I think that is going to be a very key battle. Again, who obviously starts in the net on Sunday. But for me, I am going to go Kelleher. I think Kelleher will start. Again, left back, who do you start? Andy Robertson or Andy Robertson or Kostas Tsimikas? Again, I think if it was me, probably Robbo. I think Robbo probably starts in this game. I would probably say Robbo, but then again, Tsimikas has had a good enough time of it recently because I think we'll remember the final last year. He was obviously the one that's put in that corner for Van Dijk to head into the back of the net. So look, it's going to be a fascinating final. So if you want my answer to who I think will start in goal, I'm going to go Kelleher. If you want my asking who starts at left back, I'm going to go Robbo. And then right back, I think it'll be Kwanzaa. I think it will be Kwanzaa, to say the very least. But yeah, let's read some of your chats as well, and I will read them out. As well, guys. Get your starting 11s in the chat as well. I'll also read them out as well. Chris says, "Going to be Kwanzaa or Endo at right back." I suspect. Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree with that. I went for a weird lineup on my preview. Here we go. Allison, Kanate, Van Dijk, Robertson as a back three. Gravenberch, McAllister, Sobbers, Lloyd, Jones, Salah, Jota, Gakpo. Slot is adaptable to changing formations. Absolutely. Yes, indeed. Back three could be interesting, though. I think they'll probably start with a back five, Newcastle. They seem to have done that. I think they played a 5-3-2 at Anfield, if my memory serves me correctly. And I think it was Anthony Gordon and Callum Wilson up front. And then there was a three in midfield with Murphy, Guimaraes, and Tonali, who had a shocking night, to say the very least. So I wouldn't be too surprised if it was a back four for us, but back three, you never know. But the players available, that could be very interesting, to say the very least as well. I will most likely be a back four with one of Kwanzaa and or right back. Yeah. Chris says Kelleher will start on goal or play in goal on Sunday. I think that's been confirmed. Great penalty saver too. Yeah, absolutely. As well. Hello, Daz. Hope you're well. Daz is going to send Kelleher as well. And Daz also says, "Big up Douglas. Big up to you, Daz. Hope you're well." John's going Kelleher. Daz has gone Kelleher, Kwanzaa, Ibu, VVD, Costas, Maka, Dom Jones, Mo, Jota, Diaz. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, let's have a look at that. So, going Kelleher, I agree with Kelleher. Kwanzaa, I agree with Kwanzaa. Ibu, VVD, I think it'll be Robbo. To be honest, I think Robbo will start the final. He may go for Costas. He may do. I think some of these players are probably playing their last ever games at Wembley. I think it's the safest thing to say. I think Costas is definitely going to be one of them. I think. So yeah, Macadam, Jones, Interesting, no Gravenberch does, um, which is very, very interesting to say the very, very least. But key battles for me is obviously whoever plays at left back for Newcastle against Salah. I think that's the safest thing to get. Like, I think Lewis Hall had a very good time of it the last time he played against Mo Salah. Obviously, Lewis Hall is not available for this game. So will it be Livramento? Will it be Kieran Trippier? That's another question for Newcastle fans to answer to that as well. But I so the team I would play at the weekend, Kelleher in goal, Quansah right back, Robbo left back, Van Dijk and Kanate, provided obviously Kanate is fit. If Kanate isn't fit, then I could see Endo. I could see Endo starting at centre back. And look, whoever plays at centre back is going to have a massive day of it against Isak. I think that's the safest thing to say. That's going to be very, very intriguing to say the very, very least. But I look at this game and I just think that back four of Kwanzaa, Van Dijk, Konate, and Robbo, I think is good enough to keep them out. I honestly do. I think I think it's going to be a very, very intriguing matchup to say the very, very least. So Kelleher, Kwanzaa, Konate, Van Dijk, Robbo. I think Gravenberch will start. I do think Gravenberch will start. Maka, I think, will start as well. Then I'm going to go Sobazloy. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Do you go Diaz, Gakpo, Salah? Do you go Gakpo, Salah, Jota? Do you go Diaz, Nunes, Salah? Do you go Gakpo, Nunes, Salah? It's so difficult to say. What I think you'll go with, I think it will be Gakpo on the left, Diaz through the middle, and Mohamed Salah up front. I think that'll be the Liverpool team. So Kelleher, Kwanzaa, Konate, Van Dijk, Robbo, Gravenberch, McAllister, Sobozloi, Diaz, Gakpo, and Salah. That's my. I will say though, I think Diaz starts on the left, and I'm going to go Gakpo down the middle. I think Gakpo starts in the forward line. As well, Chris says, me and my dad are debating Robo starting because he's played a lot of games recently. He has played a lot of games recently. He has played a lot of games recently. That is very, very true to say the very, very least. So, yeah, look, I think that would be my team. I think that would be my team. So, yeah, Kelleher, Kwanzaa, Konate, Van Dijk, Robbo, Gravenberch, Maka, Sobo, and then Diaz on the left, Gakpo through the middle, and obviously Mohamed Salah on the right hand side. And then bench should obviously have Alisson. You would have you'd obviously have Endo. You'd have Tsimikas. Maybe the youngster, maybe Nalo, maybe one of them, one of the centre backs. McConnell, if he's fit, I don't think he will be fit. Morton will be fit. There's also be Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, Jota, Nunes, Chiesa. So yeah, I think our bench is more stronger than Newcastle. I think our bench is more stronger to get the job done. I've got to say let's try and have a guess at Newcastle's team, shall we? Right. So let's have a guess, shall we? This might be completely wrong, might be right. Dubravka or Pope? I'll be honest, Nick Pope was absolutely awful at Anfield. Anytime the ball was coming towards him, he looked frightened as anything to put a ball in. to try and put basically should have saved Sobersley's goal. Should have saved that. I don't think he had a chance with the second one, but there was one where he hits the ball off Salah and he went out for a goal kick. So that could be very, very interesting, to say the very least. So I think Dubravka starts, to be honest. I think Dubravka starts the final for Newcastle. Now, I did say I think they'll go with a back five. So I'm going to go Trippier right back, Livramento left back, then Scher, Burn. They could go back four, to be honest. They could go back four. Lascelles is not fit, is he? Lascelles isn't fit. Dubravka, Dubravka, Trippier, Scher, Burn, Livramento. And then I think the three in the midfield will be Guimaraes, Tonali, and Joe Linton. And then up front is going to be Barnes, Murphy, and Isaac. I think that's what they're going to go with. I don't think they're going to be a back five. I've been suggesting they're going to be a back five, but I don't think they are. Hello, Mick. Hope you're well, my friend. Hope you are very, very well. Guys, go check out the Copy podcast. As well, Mick is doing some absolutely fantastic things over there. So go check that. Go check his channel out, the Copy podcast. As well, does Jota have a poor attitude? I don't know why, but whenever this FIFA Team of the Year comes out, he's all of a sudden not available. That's a weird one. There's even talk of Newcastle want Jota. There's so surprising, to say the very least, that Newcastle want Jota. But no, I think it's going to be. I think Jota is still a very, very good player. My only concern is, have the injuries caught up with him? And I think maybe they might have. I think maybe they might have. But no, I don't think he has a poor attitude. I think it's more the fact that he's trying to keep himself fit, to say the very, very least. I would let Diaz and Nunes go in the summer, mate, to be honest. There's two players with purple patches, then don't back it up. Yeah. I think I am going to be doing a show. I can't remember what day I said. It's either going to be next Tuesday or next Friday. And it's going to be basically titled Keep, Sell, Loan, Liverpool FC 2024-2025 season. Basically the squad. So yeah, I'll be doing that as well. So here we go, score predictions. Right. I never do score predictions for finals. But I think we're on it. I think we were really, really on our game. I think we win this comfortably. Because I think this game will be decided around the two benches. Because I think we've got players that can really, really come off the bench and make an impact. We've got Harvey Elliott, we've got Curtis Jones, we've got Nunes, we've got Jota, Chiesa. We've got so many players that come off the bench. When I look at Newcastle, Osula, Callum Wilson, not the same player he once was. Then you've got Longstaff, Miley. They've got some very, very good players in that team, Newcastle. But I feel if it comes to the bench, then I think we do win this game. Say the very, very least. Oh boy. Now, do I think it goes to extra time? No, I don't. I think this game is won in normal time. I'm going to go for the same score that we had a couple of weeks ago. I'm going Liverpool 2, Newcastle 0. And I think people are now saying Salah doesn't turn up for the big games, which is absolutely a load of nonsense. So I'm going Mo Salah to score in this final, and I am actually going to go Dominic Szoboszlai to score the second goal. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Liverpool in this one. John has said 3-1 to Liverpool, Diaz 1 and Salah 2. That would be all right. Who's your Newcastle scorer? Let me guess, Isaac. I'll guess Isaac as well. I'm doing one for Carlisle. I should rename it Selling Release. Yeah, Carlisle are not having the best of seasons, are they? I'm really sorry, Chris. I thought Mark Hughes would have been a good appointment, to try and keep Carlisle in the league, but not to be, unfortunately. You've still got time to obviously try and get back up there, but it's going to be very, very tricky. Stephen also has gone 3-1 to Liverpool as well. Chris, you and I have very, very good brains, don't we? Liverpool 2, Newcastle United 0 for me. Look, it's going to be a fascinating final on Sunday. May the best team win. Obviously, hopefully that's Liverpool, and obviously Arne will win his first trophy. If Liverpool come out on top, Eddie Howe wins his first trophy as Newcastle manager. If they come out on top, so a lot is riding on this game. A lot is riding on this game, and then after that, it's trying to sew up the Premier League title, to say the very, very least, as well. But guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching another video and another live stream. It's been very, very good to get back live. And yeah, as I said, I am doing a video next week, which is obviously Liverpool squad keep, sell, and loan. So we'll be doing that. Not decided what day that will be, but I will definitely let you guys know on the socials, and I'll obviously check out the community tab as well, and also do check out the short of Mikel Arteta I posted a couple of days ago as well. I think that is now one of my most watched videos, actually, for just a 20-second video. It's quite mad, to say the very, very least. But guys, thank you very much for watching. I have redirected you as well. I think you'll be going over to Nick's Football Club as well. So after obviously the stream is finished, then you will be redirected to Nick's Football Club as well. And please go check that out. I think he's got Jamie Phillips on tonight, and that is a very, very good channel as well. So yeah. But yeah, we'll see what happens on Sunday, to say the very, very least. Great stream as always. Thank you very much, Chris. It's been very good to go back live as well. Stephen Jura says, great stream. Thank you very much, my friend. And John Conway also says, great stream, Douglas. Thank you very, very much. But as I said, I am now out of here. Please do give the video a like before you leave the video. And also, please do hit that subscribe button. We are getting ever so closer to 3.1k, which is absolutely mental. I thought that was going to be something that was going to potentially happen at the end of the season, but obviously it's looking like it could be happening very, very soon. So no, thank you very much for watching. And yeah, as I said, I hope this works. I've never done this before, but I think I am redirecting you over to Nick's Football Club. From myself, fingers crossed for Sunday. Fingers crossed for Sunday. I will see you very, very soon. Take care. Bye bye for now. You'll never walk alone. Cheers, Reds.